Namaste. Hello, world, and welcome to Think Different Global. We have an interesting time ahead of us, and we have some guys here to tell you about this. Good morning and welcome, and thank you for joining us. Will you start telling us about yourselves and tell us what you want us to know?
Okay. Great. Well, I'll begin. I am Rick Jors, and I have initiated GPMS.world for the people. And what we are doing is comprising a unity, a team of which Henry and Lee and many others are all part of this team. We are creating a unity with many individual members and also groups to create a worldwide voice to keep it simply, implement a new monetary system controlled and owned by the people, and of course, a simplified divine law structure for society. So it's all inclusive, and as a result of these very tense times we are in, where there's so much uncertainty and tension in the world, we are the new world that all of us are creating. So once ones began to change their focus and know they have a choice, well, then we are here with GPMS and all of the good people of the world unite, and we change the entire planet more or less instantly. Is how quick it can occur. Yeah. So essentially, that's who I am. I'll leave it for Lee, perhaps, or.
Yeah.
Okay, my name's Lee, and I'm a part of the team involved in GPMS and the inception of GPMS, the creation of the unity towards GPMS, and the return of all of the beneficial structures to humanity rather than the other way around. We'll leave it at that for now as we explain a little bit further, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so I'm Henry. I'm also part of the team to create the inception of GPMS and Unity for All, and it's really beautiful to be here now with Rick, Lee, and you, Karina, and Think Different Global, because we are a global peoples, and we are uniting together to create this unity so we can all live in comfort and abundance together. So it's really beautiful what we're doing, and it's really beautiful to be here sharing it now with the world. So thank you.
Yeah, I feel it's a super important conversation, and it's one that we really need to have, and we want to spread it, so it's perfect that we can do it now.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So tell us, how are we going to change the world?
Well, it's quite simple, really. It's just a matter of uniting all the people. So there's many different organizations such as yours around the world, where people are uniting to create, sovereign movements so people can be free and live in abundance and harmony, peace and ease and grace. And it really comes down to everybody uniting together to create the new. And so that's what we're doing. We're uniting all of the global peoples, all of the different groups, so that we can come together and create a monetary system as one peoples, by the people, for the people. And it really comes down to people understanding that we can do it, and going to the website, understanding the law, the simplified natural law, and by unifying with this community that we're creating, we can live in this new abundant world. So it's really beautiful, and it does come down to each individual educating themselves. It just takes like half an hour, 15 minutes to read through the website and then to have the initiative to share it with their community, with their family and everybody. And the sooner we do it, the sooner we live it. It can happen like overnight, like Rick says. So it's very beautiful.
What we're looking for at the moment is there's a the GPMS instrument is the catch-all for all of the other individual groups who are all coming up with different ideas and ideologies as to how to break out of this control mechanism that we've been in. And ultimately, the energies of the united front is what creates the huge change. And that's where we are trying to create this, or give the idea, let people realize that they have the choice to unite to a common goal. And this is where the individual removes to the united front, which is where we're at this point is, come on, this is where we are. This is what we've got. Have a little look, please, and unite behind it. And then we'll have this voice, the energetic voice, to push this forward, or to take this forward, not push it, to allow this to organically move forward as is destined.
Mm-hmm. So if I may, the concept is very simple, and everything has been set up, let's say, not by circumstances that were random upon the planet. Actually, we are in the most glorious time of the human transition into the new. So everything has been facilitated through events upon the planet to allow for this great time of emergence and super consciousness and the internal evolution of each one at the soul level as well. However, to keep it simple, in the past, as we know, the way the old operated is less than 1% created a money and subjected all humanity to the monetary structure. GPMS is the full freedom from that, because GPMS will very quickly contain the 99% of the people on the world that are good of heart, and we create this voice, but also this voice that is created by 99% of the people, it then says what we want. So we have the choice not to use money that is controlled by very few. We create our own money and use it as an advancement tool. You don't need debt. You don't need accounting. You don't need any of that. We individually are all the creators that have a choice to decide. And what has occurred in the past, where money has been used to create great suffering, separation, poverty, misery, it's absolutely not acceptable anymore. And it is savage. So we are in the times to advance humanity. And it's simply done by the individual choice, and that choice of joining, uniting with all of the others. And there is nothing that can prevent this once this unity is in place. But nothing can prevent it. It is it is happening or materially and organically as the old paradigm implodes further upon itself. So it is all very real. It's where we're going, and everything is beautifully set up upon the planet through events to assure this. So the GPMS is a monetary system that the people owns, that we own it. However, also it's important to state that the people, once the voice is created, takes the complete ownership and share in it upon the planet, which includes all of the financial infrastructure for a monetary system. Whereas everyone upon the planet in some way, shape, or form contributed to the construction of it. This therefore means, in reality, we are all shareholders of all of the banking system. So with this, we're just claiming our ownership and acting also as shareholders of this entire financial system. But more simply, what we are doing is we are going to share it and change it, the entire system, so that it's no longer used as a tool of suppression and control. We're now using it as a tool to provide the complete comfort, all of the harmony, and to alleviate all of the stress that was caused by the control of money by a few. So instantly with this, we create a stress-free world, and so many beautiful attributes come with that. So simply, yes, it only takes the unity to get it done. Upon the planet, the consciousness has been raising substantially in many individuals in the collective as a whole since 2012. And this is all in preparation of this time to facilitate this new. So the consciousness, good-hearted leaders are all here globally. There's perhaps 4 million of them around the planet. So we're in the process of connecting and uniting all of these leaders as well worldwide. And to know that enough of the old, it takes the unity. It cannot be done by one. It takes the unity and humanity owning the entire system of the planet, which is rightfully theirs. And then we change everything.
What he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
And
it.
just to give people an idea, like right now, people work, different amounts of hours, let's say, to get, enough money to just survive. But with the new system, if you look on the website, people only are required to contribute about 10 hours a week to society. And that can be by doing anything that they love, something that fulfills them in their heart. And they receive abundance. Everybody globally will get $6,000 more or less per month to survive, which is more than enough. It's instant comfort for all. And upon the inception, everybody gets $12,000 straight away, so that we can eliminate slavery, and we can eliminate poverty overnight. Everybody can be comfort. Everybody has the right for a home, for a vehicle, for free transportation, and we can create all of this. And it's so simple to just get everybody on board and unite to make this possible. So it's really beautiful what we're doing, and it will liberate humanity on a global scale.
On another side of this as well, on inception, you've got the change of the environment. So a total change of the environment that people are surviving in at this point or moving towards, which will allow for a complete change of environment to heal in from what was. So it's beneficial on many, 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 many levels, as well as the release of humanity for the future complete. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wish to say it is all inclusive. And whereas it is the unity of all the people, let's say if there's something that may not be in there yet, as a result of the people uniting, you need to accommodate everyone. So it is included, let's say, in the general guidelines of the plan, because we're about everyone and accommodating the full harmony and comfort at going forward. So with the GPMS, it's a full liberation from the control of money. So actually we flip the tables on the money and are using money only for all of the good things. So there is no more suppression or oppression. As Henry mentioned, we do have some relative figures of approximately 12,000 for every man, woman, and child U.S. equivalent upon inception, and 6,000 thereafter, perhaps. These are just guidelines at this time. But the reason why they are there, you need to advance the civilization of humanity forward. So you cannot just activate all of our money and just give it to everyone, and the entire planet goes into standstill. You cannot have that during the transition. There is the logistics with the food supply chains, for example. They need to keep going. So there needs to be a sense of order. And this is why the monetary comfort is released incrementally and in full consideration of everyone as they become more informed how easy it is to, even in the near future, transition out of the use of money entirely. So within the divine plan, everything is there that is needed to advance the entire human civilization as it is, very quickly and very certainly. There is no doubt, there is no gap, there is no problems. All of the solutions are contained within the think tank of all of the individuals as they all unite together. And this is also in tangent or in conjunction with the Great Awakening. What you see is lawyers are awakening, scientists. So you have from all walks of life that are awakening more to their morals and their ethics. And with that, also the basics of the law, where it began as well, the fundamentals of true law, which at this time, as you're seeing globally, the infringement upon, let's say, human essential rights has been violated beyond any extreme ever. And this is so important with this because GPMS contains the divine simplified law as well, which brings ones back to know their individual rights, that they don't need to consent to any of, let's say, ridiculous measures imposed upon them, but also knowing their own empowerment. And then again, the strength in numbers. So nothing can, the governments, if you will, now that are imposing all of these actually ridiculous restrictions, again, none of that. You need to look at the governments worldwide and what's behind that. It's in all the governments, if you count up all of their parliaments and what have you, it's less than 2,000 people. And now when you add in some of the oligarchs and what have you, you still get less than 1 million people. So it's absolute nonsense that 1 million people is controlling and subjecting a ridiculous rights depriving agenda upon 7 or 8 billion people. So you can see why it's breaking down rapidly in numbers, and you don't even need to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. It's logic, it is common sense, it is morals and ethics. So having said that, the old is breaking down, and we got this beautiful thing here that we just need everyone to unite with. And we have the higher consciousness, the competence is contained within us, and it's mostly within, let's say, the common people as well, because that is where the heart is at, if you will. And we're all ready to go and just unite with it. So the laws and the rights is an important part also of GPMS. So it's an all-conclusive new society, if you wish. And it's in complete harmony, complete respect, complete support for every individual upon the planet, children included. And also with this voice, children are fully included, that a 1 minute old child, their parent has the full ability to add their name, and it's counted as a full vote like yours and mine. There's no discrimination in that. And it's so important that the children have the say in this, because they are the generation to advance this even further forward. And it's their future. And it's not only is it their future, it is their now with what's currently occurring upon the planet where governments are forcefully beginning to vaccinate children against their will and against their parents' will. So it's important now that everyone needs to know we all unite together and we stop this insanity right in its tracks. And this is the way to do it.
Yeah, and I'd like to add to that that we now have a form that people can sign as if they have a group of people, say, you know, yourself as Think Different globally or any worldwide groups. Like somebody just commented here, I see Dr. Siraj says that he's the Ministry of Home Affairs. And so if anybody that he is in charge of, whether it be, I don't know, 1,000, 1,000,000 people, he could sign on their behalf if he has their consent as being their leader. And so very quickly, leaders can go and sign the form, the separate form for groups, and we can very quickly get large numbers of people on board with this now too. And we've seen this in Thailand. People, thousands of people started signing, and in days we had thousands of people from Thailand. We have more people from Thailand than anywhere in the world. So it's really just like so beautiful what this creates for humanity, that when you get on board and you get your community on board, so quickly we can unite everybody.
Absolutely. And I just wish to say we all wish to live in love and harmony and sharing all the good things without any stress. And what's experiencing with humanity now, it's savage. And yeah, so this is what we're doing. And many of the Thailand people that are coming on, you know, they are informed of the importance of autonomy, the divine self rights. It is a given, and they're informed of that. And also in their heart, they know that this is what we all want together. And that is also why there is no discrimination with GPMS. It doesn't matter more, say, even what one believes. And as Lee said, we're just coming together with this one common goal. So you can keep your religions in your beliefs, but just don't let them obstruct your view to creating what is good and out of love for all. You can keep your religions, your beliefs. It doesn't matter. We're coming together for that one common goal to create this for all of humanity.
Unity. And the only thing I put on top of that is it's non-hierarchical as well. So everybody has the equal say. There is no leaders. It's just everybody coming together with the common goal. And that again is the beauty of this. So there's no right or wrong in this, which is what Rick was just saying, fully inclusive of everybody's beliefs, but with a united common goal. GPMS.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a really, really beautiful world that we are going to see in the future. And I love how I see that the world is coming together in this unity with love and understanding that we definitely have the ability to be super advanced and evolve. It's time that we evolve. The humanity is like, we had enough. Where we are now, everybody knows there's something wrong. Everybody can feel it. They might not know exactly what it is, but we all feel we are so ready for a change. It's about time. And I think that for global youth organization coming out of India is very interesting because it's a lot of people. And in this co-op and coexisting idea that we all have, I'm sure that we can make a huge impact for everyone. Yeah.
Indeed, it's the only answer, Karina, and the only solution at this time. And, you know, I could add another higher divine aspect to it. It's all ascertained that the unity does form, and that's what is happening, and no individual can stop that. And the same as us having these interviews and getting GPMS out. In reality, nothing can oppose it. And for any government, let's say, to attempt to impose it, well, once or to oppose it, it very quickly shows how inhumane they are to not want this for their people. So, they're supposed to be representatives of their people, and to oppose something that is fully the most beautiful thing ever for their people, it's just ridiculous. And it doesn't occur. So having said this, they have no choice in reality but comply and support it. Else, try to resist it. And that is the beauty as well. The more they resist it, the more blatant the need for GPMS is for the people. And this is what's occurring. So I love to call it a full checkmate, which is here now that humanity is civilizing beyond what they were, and it's all divinely assured that it does occur. So once we get through these revelations to the unawakened masses, if you will, so that they actually see more of the truth, then very quickly, they can see the new world as well. So they need to know they have a choice. And in this moment right now, everyone upon the planet does have a choice. And GPMS is the way to do it. Unite, create the voice all together, and all together we create heaven on earth, if you will. And we have everything at our fingertips to do it, and much more. So what I wish to say with that, again, over the years within this think tank, this unified voice, as it gets bigger, you already have all of the templates for the eco villages, permaculture, all of the technology to clean the planet up. You have everything, and you have all of the consciousness and all of the templates that fully support the GPMS harmonious world that we are creating. Everything has already been placed upon the planet. It's just the matter of uniting it all into one voice and one network. And everything has been prepared for this time. So GPMS main focus is gathering everyone together, uniting everyone. And as Henry said, we are letting groups come in. A representative of a group, yes, can sign on their behalf. So if they come in with 500 million people, that is considered 500 million consent in the blink of an eye. So you can see how quickly we're standing at approximately 8,500 signatures because we're just going through this funnel ready to open up. But we're really right at that curvature now. And as more sign on and become aware, then virally it creates it for the all. So this is what's occurring at this time.
I'll just add to that quickly that GPMS not only funds every individual, it also funds every benevolent and beneficial industry or business. So and every administration, everything anybody needs, anything that we all decide that we require that's beneficial for humanity is funded automatically through the GPMS instrument too. So it's not just about giving comfort to all of the human, if you want to call it that, but actually taking all of the systems that are beneficial and ensuring that they still become and are maintained within the whole structure. It releases all of the stress and all of the lack and all of the need and all of the want from any system on inception, which is, again, just releases everybody to be what they should be divinely.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. So upon inception, and inception is the release of the funds into this actual reality, all essential goods and services are instantly funded. There's no cap. Whatever they need, they have at the same time. So everything is ascertained and secured to keep that going forward. And also an important factor, upon inception as well, humanity are going to enter a phase of quick and rapid deflation, because what occurs where we instantly fund all of the essential goods and services, well, their old way of needing to have prices higher to account for labor, for the first thing, your labor is eradicated out of it, because the individuals that are working are contributing to humanity, to community. Therefore, there is that cost is no longer there. So very rapidly throughout society, you are eliminating cost. And this is reflected greatly and very quickly into deflation. So it's realized instantly and quickly. And this is why Henry said that things will become cheap. Many things will become instantly also non-existent. Some things you might have had to pay for before registering a vehicle or what have you. All of in healthcare, let's look at in the US, healthcare immediately becomes free. It's funded by the unlimited money that we have activated. So therefore, in the US, very quickly, there is no medical bills whatsoever. Your phone services, your internet, that becomes totally free. So what you're doing is a lot of, let's say, utility bills also that you had, they become free. So therefore, the cost of living rapidly decreases, and along with deflation. So you're flipping the tables on the old boxed in economic structure as well, that it is no longer required, and it was as a control mechanism and a suppression to humanity. So everything opens up very quickly, but it does take every individual's consent to create the voice. So we do this. What we're actually doing, if all of the banks worldwide and all of the governments and the leaders actually had the people's best interest in mind, what we're actually doing with GPMS, they could do it in 2 days. All of the logistics to deliver unlimited money to everyone, it's already in place planet-wide. In some of the areas, let's say where some don't have a card, you have volunteers that go in and say, hey, you know, if you're in the jungle of Brazil and they're cut off, if they need something for their children and families, go in, okay, what do you need? Write it down, send it in. So very quickly, everyone is uplifted. And with everything that they need to not exist basically, but to exist comfortably, which is the next layer above the basic. So it's important, and we're not going to universal basic income, because the problem with that is who controls it. And if the people don't control it, it is again a limiting, controlled, suppressing thing. So the people are taking ownership of their own intrinsic value and the right to create money unlimitedly, but everyone is disciplined, and not to allow it to get all out of whack. We have to keep a certain little control mechanism on it as humanity transitions more into that.
I've always liked the idea, the kind of concept that with the value, the energetic value of the individual sovereign, the individual divine sovereign, is going to go back to that individual divine sovereign, not be put into a material value external to that that's manipulable. So no gold, no silver, no material backing to the individual's worth. The individual's worth is the individual's worth, and that is unlimited, and that goes back to that divine sovereign. Everyone.
Oh. Yeah, thank you, Lee. I'd like to add to that. See, you know, every individual has the choice to what they wish to support. If they wish to support a gold backed currency with the gold controlled by someone else who owns it, or they also have the most sensible choice for them to be the dictator of the value of themselves and activating their intrinsic value, which is unlimited. So, as creators, all of us are, we have the choice on how we wish to create money and use it. So, this way, we just create money unlimitedly because we are the creators. Money would not exist if we were not on the planet. So this means we play a part in that creation. So what we're just doing is activating our creation to create money. And our choice is to say, no, we don't need governments to do it. We don't need banks to do it. We don't need gold or any tangible assets to do it. Money exists because we exist. We have everything within us. So we can create it, and we don't need debt attached to it, loans, interest. We don't need any of that. We can create it simply. And this is what we're doing. And again, the old ways of commerce and capitalistic things and competition, that is primitive and it's outdated. It's no longer needed. And it will no longer hinder humanity as well as going forward. We have great things coming with all the great technology as well that even goes beyond this planet. And this will come very rapidly as a result of unity. But also, with this unity, you have many broken people because of the stress. But as we create the unity, then all of these places, as mentioned for Henry, I believe, mentioned, all of the healing centers are up here after we create the voice. All these ones need to do is just make a choice to vote for this. Then we get this healing space created for them later. And one thing you don't want to do is at this time, you can do it, but all of these down here that are in misery and need healing, the number one cause of misery is stress. So by eliminating that, you actually heal, perhaps billions of people in that process. When you look at a lot of children, 15,000 children daily, I believe, dying around the world. And if we just look at Africa, the conditions there, instantly, if you just bring extreme abundance and extreme abundance and prosperity and comfort to Africa, you just raise the entire vibration of the planet and joy and all of these good things, and you wipe it out. So it is utmost powerful, the GPMS creating the voice. So we are doing this, creating the voice and bringing everyone together. And we need everyone, especially the leaders of groups worldwide, to be looking at this so that they all come together with that one common goal. And we can do this very quickly.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think it's important that people understand just how simply money is created, because we all use money and it's all created out of nothing. They might put a value on it against gold or different, minerals or assets and things, but really it's all created out of out of nothing, and it's just distributed by a few. And we all use it, so we can all get together and create it ourselves and distribute it directly to the people without any intermediaries, so that everybody receives what they need, what they deserve instantly. And it's like Rick said, when that happens, we're all in this collective, we're all living on the same planet, experiencing what other people are experiencing emotionally and mentally. We can all pick up on this. It's quite simple metaphysics, quantum physics. And when we all have abundance, we can all live in happiness and beauty. And because the planet is so abundant, it has everything we need. And by creating this money, we can create the technologies. Like there's very beautiful technologies out there that's Rick's mentioned, like med beds, healing technologies, robots, things that can make life a lot easier for people. But the money that's been created in the past, or that has been created in the past, hasn't been distributed to create these things to make life easier for humanity. But by us creating the money together, you know, billions of people, we can distribute money very quickly where it needs to go to make life easier and more, you know, faster, to get things done, to go where we need to go, to be with the communities we need to be with, to create the prosperity, to create clean environments and harmonious living situations. It can happen so quickly. And so I see a lot of people here in the comments asking how this can be done, and it's really down to people uniting, because people created these systems that distribute money and that create the technology. It was all designed by people, and by people uniting together, we can use the same systems that people have created, the same technology, the new technology that hasn't been released, and we can distribute it, and we can create it, and we can make it available for everybody. And so I really just want to put out the call to everybody that watches this to go to the website, to sign, to share it with your family, because the faster we get this done, the faster we live in it. And if people like the idea, which of course you do, it resonates with your heart, it just makes sense to everybody, then you have to go to the website. We have to take action, because procrastinating is giving our power away to those that have created the system of slavery and poverty. And we don't have to live in poverty. Nobody needs to live in poverty. It's a choice. And so we're here to show people that we have a choice to create the new, to join the new, and to live in this new reality together.
Mm-hmm. May I say, one of the best things in anyone, when you're visiting our website, one of the easiest things for you to make a choice, you know, even though you got many questions, go into our frequently asked questions and comparison chart. Then you could look at what you're actually voting for, what you're supporting. In the comparison chart, there is a comparison of what you have now and what you wish to unite with and create, the new. So then it becomes very easy. And we've had children, I believe as young as 7, perhaps younger, that have also signed it on their own accord, because they knew what it is and it's what they want and they know what it means. So, and also with that, we have, I had asked the question the other day, with the Thailand people that are coming on board, there are children also coming on board with those people. So it's very important to know that this is all inclusive, from a 1-second-old child to a 150-year-old person. It has everything for everyone, and it's for everyone.
Yeah, the children, they don't want to be at home all day waiting for their parents to get home from work, and their parents come home exhausted and don't have energy or time to spend with their children. And so children very quickly can see how, like, oh, well, if we can create money and live in abundance, then let's do that. You know, children are very quick to just see the simplicity of this, and it's really beautiful. And they can totally sign and become a part of this, because they are the new generation. They are a part of this new world, and they have a choice too. So yeah, it's really amazing.
Totally agree.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Lee.
I'll just say one thing, and so it's bringing the family units back together. They have been separated by society, is what Henry is saying. So you're bringing the family units back together, and you're restoring that most important bonding and loving as well. So we are transitioning with this process back more into the full love that many families and individuals have been robbed from.
All I was going to say on the back of that was about the children, is the children can see the simplistic value of this. They can see how effective this would be. As we get a little bit more involved in life, if you want, we find all the reasons why this can't come to fruition, and there is no reason why this can't come to fruition. So it's the seeing that there is a choice and not impacting that choice with, well, this couldn't be real. Yes, it can. Yes, it is, and it's inevitable. So and I reiterate what you said, Henry, about the unity coming together, and the quicker that happens, the quicker this blows up. We come out of the other side of the funnel, of the bottleneck. It's where we are now.
Yeah, and also on the website there is a tab for contributors, and people can join that. And we have a Telegram chat, and we have hundreds of people that are contributing to share this information however they can online in their communities by creating videos, creating memes, creatively sharing this information with those that you know, with your community, and how you see that others can resonate with it. So it's totally open for people to join and support this vision and support the transition of humanity up-leveling into this new world, this new higher consciousness of abundance and love.
Yeah. So it's a worldwide choice, a worldwide vote, and I suggest for everyone to vote today so we get it done. Yeah. It's a referendum too, if you will, and it's a consent is what it is. So everyone consents to the beauty of it and wants it. The quicker it gets done, as Henry just said.
I'd also like to reiterate on the back of this: it's not contractual. There is no contract and there is no signature. Well, it may use the terminology, but it's purely a consent. It's a vote, like Rick said. It's a referendum. That's what it is. There's no contract. So again, we can just see it for what it is, not what we may throw into it.
Yeah, but we need the voice, the number. We need the numbers to comprise the voice, to put that out for the rest that may have doubts. That's why it's so important that everyone gets on there. And as Lee's saying, you don't really need a signature. You can draw a happy face, a star in there, whatever you wish. So there is really not a contract with it. It is you supporting that you want this. So we're collecting the consent of all that want this, and this creates the voice that is needed to make it happen worldwide.
Perfect. I've just seen a comment from Mac about, can we say that GPMS is my divine representative and God sovereign and free? Can you? I would reply to that, Rick. I'll ask you to first, brother.
Well, if I understand what he's asking, yes, it is. You're putting an energetic support, but also you're putting what's within your heart towards to supporting this. So yes, it is actually your freedom and your upliftment. What I suggest with that, anyone, when you're going in there, read the website before you give your consent. Sit down, take a half an hour. It is the best half hour that you have ever taken in your life when you began to consent. And when you consent to it, just watch how you energetically feel, because there is the divine imprint and upliftment which is in here. And you are also at that point, you're making a choice to activate and accept your God-given rights, which you have. So it is a powerful time as well, if you wish to look deeper in what energetically happens with that upon putting your consent in unity with all the others. So with that, Lee, that's more or less all I'll say. So
we could say a lot more, but it's down to the individual to stand up for this. Can I say that GPMS is my divine representative? Well, who is your divine representative? Is it GPMS, or is it somebody else, or is it something else? Look at it from plenty of different aspects on this. GPMS can't stand there and tell the person that you're talking to, no, you can. But that's personal responsibility and accountability within the structures of all of this that we're moving into. So this is a progression, and we're in transition. And yes, I, God sovereign and free, you are. You don't need anybody else to stand up and say that for you once you know that that is the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So GPMS, will not like go and represent you. You need to represent yourself, and you can refer to GPMS as a basis for that representation. Right at this moment, we have approximately 8,500 like-minded, at least, that they chose this. So in reality, within your old society, this is a belief system as well. And within all of your individual constitutions that have been violated fully, you have that provision in there that you have the right and the freedoms to religion in the least, or belief, which this is. This is also a belief. So, yes, each one represents yourself, but you can refer that you're part of this unity. And you can only guess when this gets to 1 billion people, well, yeah, it has a huge definite force, even at 100 million. So, in which it will. So it's up to the individual, but GPMS, our focus is uniting, and we don't take the time to go in to back an individual, because the individual has to take that responsibility to know what they are and stand and activate their divine rights as well, more so within them. So each one needs to be responsible to that degree to know this as well.
Can I say something?
Please.
I think it's been really interesting conversation. I feel so much love, because I know that when more and more people know that they have the power to take, their own life back in their own hands and find their happy and joy and the love that we have as a community, going back to it takes a village kind of feeling, that we're all here for each other and we don't have to live in man-imposed system that is not working for a lot of people. I find that we can have this movement, this energetically recognition of who we are as humans spread out really fast. I feel every day I wake up, I feel like we are like on that tipping point, because more and more and more people are just showing up for themselves to show up really for the world. And I think we are on the path. We're not even on the path. We are so close to getting exactly where we need to be and take back, so we can live in that harmony that I think all of us is searching for and know it's right there. But somewhere along the way to where we are now, we got lost. And it feels like we can go home now and thrive as a humanity, instead of few of us is thriving and the rest of us is not at all. So, yeah.
I wish to say with that too, Katrina, we're really not taking back our power. What we're actually doing is activating the absolute that is above it all, that has not been activated ever before in humanity to this proportion. We never lost our intrinsic rights in the way it was stripped from us. So what we're just doing is saying, no more of that. That energetic thread is cut. Now we're activating our divine absolute authority within each. So they have, let's say the world has never saw their full power, but they're beginning to see it now, and individually and as a collective, they are beginning to witness it. As I mentioned, one confirmation, when they consent to the decree, they feel the upliftment, the empowerment. And this is only an indication of how powerful each one really is. And then when we combine them all together, it is absolutely divinely invincible.
The smoke and mirrors are being cleared. That's what's happening. The deceit's being seen for what it was, and the smoke and mirrors have been removed, and we're remembering, right? We're going back, ancient new.
Ancient new. I like that.
Yeah, and Max just said, I see you smiling, Lee and Henry. Yeah. There's a lot of smiles going on the inside, even with what's going on. We know where we're going. It's just we're in that transition period through. So yeah, there's a lot of smiles inside the transmutation of a lot of the old. For me, anyway.
Yeah. So we're all GPMS is here, ready right now, and yeah, we're all ready. And as Lee just said, we're waiting, for the ones to see this. So, having said that, Karina, with any of your audience that's watching this, that it resonates, get it out to your people. There is no money. It is no cost to you to do this, and with it. So just take a half hour, get it out to your people, know what this is all about, and get on the train. We're going, and nothing's stopping it.
And just I'll put this in for the record too. Anybody that joins the contributors or does want to help out or feels they could help out, there's the contributors have a full voice in what's happening. It's not like there's just a select few. Everybody has a voice in this. And the more we get the voice, the more the answers come through. So we're looking for answers, and we ask everybody else what the answers are, and then we take them. It's the more that we can unite, the more of the solutions that we find, the quicker it all happens. It is simple. We can make it complex, but keep it simple.
Yeah, just one quick thing. Somebody asked here for the link. I'm not sure if it's available on the YouTube video, but the website is gpms.world. So if we could put that in the link somewhere, Karina, that would be great.
We will definitely put all the links up there for everyone. If you think that we have covered what we need today, I would hope that you guys will come join us again. Think Different Global is super happy that you talked to us today. And all these people that listened in to us today, we are so appreciative of it. And we want to have this thing exploding into the world as fast as possible. Because we're a lot of people who are looking to live as free and as divine as we can. I want to say thank you for all of us. Thank you for all of you at home that listened in on this and has an interest in that. Go to your people. Go to all your people. Be a bother to your people about this, so we will spread this and we can feel this energetically uprise in love and compassion for all of us, so we can thrive as humanity. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank
you. Thank you so much, Karina, for having us today.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for doing this for the world.
Oh, with that, I wish to say each one of us are the saviors. It takes all of us. There is no individual one. We are the actual saviors, and combined together, we create it. It takes all of us. Everyone has a piece, and it was divinely designed that way as well. This is why all egos must go within any leaders as well. It takes the unity. It cannot be done by one.
No. It takes all of us.
Yeah.
And we're getting there fast and fast and faster. The ball is rolling. The train has left.
This is inevitable. It's inevitable exactly. And unstoppable. It's just when. That's all. That's where we are.
I think soon. Yeah. Well, this was this for now. Thank you so much for joining us. We will put all the links that you guys need underneath to connect to everything we talked about today and have the information you guys need.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Love and light, and much gratitude for all you do and all of the viewers as well. We're doing it very rapidly.